graduated from high school. I think he was 18. He was hired to help me teach a music class over the summer that was set up to be a program for top music students in Oakland. He thought he was hired to play for me because I couldn't play the piano. But he was hired to play for me to give him a job as he went off to college. Some of the other students and he and I, we used to stay after class and sing opera. They were tenors, and so of course they wanted to sing soprano arias. And so we'd fool around with a lot of the music, and you know, we became friends. They were graduated from high school, and I appreciated keeping in touch with the people his age and younger, because I determined when I became a teacher, I was going to know what music my students were listening to, other than what I was teaching. And so anyway, we stayed in touch after that summer, and he came and heard me sing at my church. I had been hired to be the alto soloist, and he came to hear it and to decide if he liked my church. He did, so he came often. After that, we would help each other prepare for performances, auditions, things like that. He did become a regular member of my church. He did eventually become the tenor soloist at my church. That took years. The concert where this song was done was planned because, let me see, how do I say this right? My church is a white church. And so they're used to classical music, and their sacred music was not the kind you bounce to and like that, but it was beautiful music, there's no doubt about that. And the church had a series called The Forum. And in the forum, these people went out of their way to make sure they learned about our community, about the politics going on, anything that was going on during that day. They would set up a forum, bring in some people who knew about it, and we'd meet with them for an hour or two and talk about whatever the subject was. Somewhere along the line, I got to express my dismay that when I'd say the name of Le Chevalier de Saint-Georges, along with Mozart, they didn't know who I was talking about. I was dismayed that I'd say the name Bridge Tower and they couldn't connect it to Brahms or Beethoven. And so somewhere along the line, you know, I remembered it in college. I studied the Black composers, and I got an A, and of course I never should have had an A because I taught the teacher. And he was impressed. He was really nice. You know, he was impressed. And after that, he started teaching these composers too. He plugged them in. And so this concert was to talk, well, we did our forum as a concert. We started with art songs. No, we started with spirituals. We started with spirituals, then art songs, and then more contemporary type literature, and then we did one gospel song at the end. But the idea was to make sure that the community of our church knew that Black composers were there while all this other stuff was going on, and even being able to find some of the music to actually use in the choir. So this was a concert, but it was set up to give understanding that black people just didn't pop out after slavery. They were there, and they were writing music, and beautiful music. This song, no images, and because I'm sitting here behind this microphone and didn't know I was going to be doing it. Give me composer's name. You know how old I am.
Nina Simone. Nina Simone and Warren Cooney. The Warren Cooney.
No, who wrote no images?
Warren Cooney. I don't know his.
Well, he might have been connected, but I'll think of it later and tell you. But anyway, I believe it was composed in the 1940s or earlier, but definitely a classical song. Definitely not a spiritual, not jazz. I know it's
In this moment, we're going to acknowledge this award winner. We'd like to acknowledge Gregory Hickman Williams for 5,000 streams. This song, this music, it can be an anthem too. It has been streamed over 5,000 times. So we want to honor this winner who is not here present, but here in spirit.
Yes.
We will hear the music of Mr. Williams. Congratulations.